It was announced today De'Aaron Fox is the Western Conference NBA Player of the Week, which is pretty cool. Undefeated in his return. He missed 5 games, came back, and you know who's number 1 in points per game in the NBA right now?
Who, Trevor?
De'Aaron Fox.
Whoa.
De'Aaron Fox. He went on a tear last week, averaged 32.3 points per game, 52% from the field, 44 from deep. That's a new
huge.
Yeah, pretty huge. And then 6 assists a game. And he's just looked unstoppable. Teams just can't stop him, and his speed is just killing teams. So for Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox coming back, dominating. And another thing that's really cool with this, Sabonis is playing incredibly well. For the first time in his career, he's had 3 games in a row above 26 points, which is pretty cool. On a week that De'Aaron Fox is the leading scorer in the NBA, Sabonis is still getting it done.
Yeah, and Sabonis, like, if you guys watch the Lakers game, like, Sabonis dominated Anthony Davis, who Anthony Davis is supposed to be one of the best defensive bigs in the league. And it was like he wasn't even there.
Right.
Which is just incredible to see. And then, you know, De'Aaron Fox, before the season started, I remember seeing Mark Jones tweet about how, De'Aaron Fox is going to be an MVP candidate. And Mike Brown has really demanded a lot from De'Aaron this season so far, and has been talking about him being an MVP candidate. So it's pretty clear in the Kings organization who they expect De'Aaron to be. And De'Aaron's picking up that phone and he's taking that call.
I want to touch on it really quickly. Remind me who came out with the post that was like, they need to upgrade from Sabonis.
Kevin O'Connor.
That's not who they need to upgrade from. And I think it's pretty clear. If you're able to upgrade that spot with Harrison Barnes, who I know is probably loved in Sacramento, he's been pretty loyal to the city.
Definitely.
You can upgrade from Harrison Barnes. Like, there are a ton of upgradable pieces. If you can do that, Sacramento goes from, this team can contend, to, no, this is a certified contender that can win the Western Conference.
Talk on some of the trades.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot of names kind of circulating the market right now. We hear OG Anunoby, we hear Pascal Siakam, we hear Zach LaVine.
And Shams said this, right?
Yes, this is all from Shams, who's saying that the Kings are going to be really active in the trade talks, like, coming up in this February. And I wouldn't even be surprised if could be something earlier than that. The way the Kings are going right now, they're hot. They probably want to get a guy in sooner rather than later so that they can kind of build that chemistry, because they're aiming for a championship this year. Like, they're trying to be better than what they were last year. They're trying to keep improving their team. Out of those 3 guys, I think the best fit's OG, without a doubt. I mean, for a team that has struggled defensively in the past, the Kings have performed a lot better this year. You know, they're kind of in the middle of the pack when it comes to NBA defenses. But to be able to get a guy who can be a legit lockdown defender could be a nice piece with this Kings offense. Because Keegan Murray has stepped up a lot defensively, and he's guarding the best guy on the other team most nights. And if you add a guy like OG to that, that's going to open up Keegan's game more, because now Keegan can kind of go back to what he was last year and knock down more threes. Like, you could tell on the offensive side he's a little bit tired, and he's not shooting as high of a clip that he was last year. But, I mean, OG would be pretty sweet.
Here's the thing for me. I really like Keegan Murray, and I think that the Kings potentially could have their 3rd guy already in Keegan Murray. So it's just going to take seeing that. And I know that Monty's been more aggressive as a GM. I mean, trading Tyrese Halliburton away to get Sabonis. He wants to win now. So Keegan Murray could be a guy that ends up getting moved. And I know that's like Kings fans, that like no one wants to hear that, but it could happen if a real big name comes out and they're available. Sacramento could be that team. I like Keegan Murray where he's at. And I think that the Kings already have a guy that could be deemed as their 3rd go-to player on the offensive end, like a Chris Middleton type player.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. And the nice thing is for Sacramento, you don't have to make a move right away. But we have seen, history has proven, teams that make a deal right at the deadline don't win the championship.
Correct.
It takes too long to actually gel that core together. Now, if you're replacing someone like Barnes, maybe you have a better shot, but it's just hard to do, especially if you're bringing in a big talent, because they've had a big role wherever they are. They come into Sacramento, they're most likely going to be the number 3 guy. And if they are a number 2 guy or number 1 guy, I mean, that takes a while for things to gel. But what needs to be focused on is Sacramento. It's why you can't overreact to the first couple weeks of an NBA season as much as you want to. It's not the NFL. Things can change in 2 weeks' time. Sacramento reminded all of us, hey, this team still really good at basketball.